Look around you, the phone in your hand, the shoes on your feet, the coffee in your mug. Where did they come from? Chances are they traveled thousands of miles to reach you, crossing oceans and continents inside a simple steel shipping container. This metal box is one of the most important inventions of the modern age, the quiet engine of our global economy. Without it, the world we know today would not exist. The shipping container is more than just a box. It's a symbol of a revolution that changed how we trade and live. Before containers, distant lands felt truly distant, and goods from far away were rare and expensive. The high cost of moving things created walls between countries. The shipping container tore down those walls, making the world smaller, faster, and more connected. It turned the dream of a global marketplace into reality, moving trillions of dollars worth of products every year. The secret? Simplicity and standardization. Every container is the same size, designed to move seamlessly from ship to train to truck. This is called intermodalism. The box moves, but the cargo inside stays safe and untouched. This design unlocked incredible efficiency, slashing manual labor and reducing theft and damage. Next time you see a stack of containers, remember, they're not just metal boxes, they're the lifeblood of our modern world. They carry our clothes, food, electronics, and even the materials to build our homes. They represent a powerful story of innovation, how one idea reshaped the planet. In this video, we'll explore that story. We'll look at the chaotic world before the container, meet the visionary who invented it, and see how this humble box continues to shape our future. The journey of the shipping container is the story of our interconnected world. Let's dive in. To understand the container's impact, let's travel back to a bustling port in the 1950s. Ships arrived loaded with barrels, crates, sacks, and loose items, each handled by hand. Armies of dock workers used nets, hooks, and brute strength to unload cargo, a slow and dangerous process. Unloading a ship could take a week or more, costing owners a fortune as ships sat idle. Labor costs were enormous, making shipping practical only for high-value goods. Everyday items were too expensive to transport long distances, limiting trade. Theft and damage were rampant. So many hands touched the cargo, and fragile goods were easily ruined. There was no standard way to protect shipments. Every delivery was a gamble. This system was full of friction, slow, unpredictable, and expensive. The high cost of moving things acted like a wall, keeping economies apart. Most goods were made and consumed locally. A banana in New York was an exotic treat. The idea of a global supply chain was unimaginable. The world was a patchwork of separate economies divided by the cost and risk of shipping. Ports were chaotic and the process was inefficient at every step. The world was waiting for a breakthrough, an idea to break down these barriers. The shipping container would become that breakthrough. It would transform ports, trade, and the very nature of global commerce. The stage was set for a revolution. All it needed was a visionary to make it happen. That visionary was Malcolm McLean. Malcolm McLean wasn't a scientist. He was a truck driver with a big idea. In 1937, while waiting for hours at a port, he wondered, what if you could just lift the whole truck trailer onto the ship? This simple thought became the seed of the container revolution. McLean built his trucking company into one of America's largest, but he never forgot his idea. In the 1950s, he sold his company and bet everything on intermodal transportation. He bought old oil tankers and modified them to carry large uniform boxes, containers. On April 26, 1956, his first container ship, the Ideal X, sailed from New Jersey to Texas with 58 containers. The shipping industry was skeptical, but McLean's idea worked. Loading costs dropped from nearly $6 per ton to just 16 cents. Ships were loaded and unloaded in hours, not days, with far fewer workers and almost no theft or damage. McLean had solved shipping's biggest problem, efficiency. His system was faster, cheaper, and more reliable than anything before. The revolution had begun, and the world would never be the same. McLean's vision turned a simple box into the backbone of global trade. The shipping container was here to stay. It was the start of a new era, and it changed everything. McLean's invention didn't just make shipping cheaper, it rewired the global economy. Suddenly, distance was no longer a barrier. Factories in Asia could compete with those in America. The container created a level playing field, letting goods flow freely across oceans. Companies could now source materials from one country, manufacture in another, and sell worldwide. This led to complex global supply chains and lower prices for everyone. Port cities transformed. Those that adapted to containers thrived, becoming global trade hubs. The job of the longshoreman changed, replaced by crane operators and logistics managers. Explosive economic growth followed, especially in Asia. Countries like South Korea, Taiwan, and China built their economies on exports, using containers to reach global markets. The container lifted millions out of poverty and shifted economic power worldwide. It became a tool for development and prosperity. The simple steel box fueled globalization on an unprecedented scale. Our world became more connected and our choices more diverse. The shipping container was the engine behind it all. It made the modern world possible, and its impact is still growing. Today, the shipping container is everywhere, even if we don't see it. Around 90% of all non-bulk cargo moves by container. Almost everything you own, TVs, clothes, furniture, likely traveled in one. Over 200 million containers circle the globe each year, creating a constant river of goods. This system gives us incredible variety and low prices. Retail giants like Walmart and Amazon rely on container efficiency to deliver products worldwide. The largest ships carry over 24,000 containers, operated by small crews and advanced automation. Shipping a can of soda across the ocean costs just a few cents. When the system works, we barely notice it. When disrupted, shelves go empty and prices rise. Events like the Suez Canal blockage or the COVID-19 pandemic reveal our dependence on this global network. The container is the invisible backbone of our consumer society. It connects producers and consumers everywhere. Our modern lives depend on this silent, ceaseless flow. The humble box keeps the world moving. In the past, tracking a container meant paperwork and phone calls. Today, every box has a unique ID, tracked digitally from factory to destination. Scans at every checkpoint create a digital trail, letting companies know where their cargo is at all times. Sophisticated logistics software coordinates millions of containers, optimizing routes and stacking for efficiency. Modern ports are showcases of automation. Computer-guided cranes and self-driving vehicles move containers with precision. Automation increases speed, safety, and accuracy, allowing ports to operate 24/7. The digital revolution in shipping is just beginning. Smart containers with sensors can monitor temperature, humidity, and even detect tampering. Real-time GPS tracking makes supply chains more reliable and secure. Technology is making the humble box even smarter. The future of shipping is digital, connected, and transparent. Information now flows as freely as goods. The global network is evolving, and the container is at the center of it all. The shipping container changed the world, but the revolution isn't over. Now the focus is on making shipping greener and smarter. The industry is a major source of emissions, so there's pressure to clean up. Companies are testing alternative fuels: LNG, methanol, ammonia, even wind power. The goal: power the world's fleet without polluting the planet. Advanced software helps ships plot efficient routes, saving fuel and reducing emissions. Ports use automation to cut idle time and further lower environmental impact. The container itself is evolving. Smart boxes with sensors and GPS are becoming standard. Future containers may self-report their condition or be made from sustainable materials. The global network is becoming a digital ecosystem. The simple box will remain at the heart of trade, smarter, greener, and more connected. The journey of the shipping container is far from over. Its next chapter is just beginning.